This is every Easter egg that has been found so far within Shattered Vale, besides from the main quest and the upgrades to the ray guns, which are all a part of the main Easter egg. These are all of the ones that you can do on the side in the game. So anyway, getting straight into it, this first one, which we are going to call the Ghost Easter egg, is going to reward you with a loot crate. The first thing you are going to need to do is get to round 11. This can't be activated before then, and I would also recommend that you open up the entirety of the map, including the power doors, because otherwise it's going to make this a hell of a lot more difficult. So basically, just go all the way through the map down to the Pack-a-Punch, and once you're in there, the power doors will open up. But when you've done this, like I was saying, once you've reached round 11, I would recommend you do this at the end of a round, leaving just one zombie. You then want to come into the study, look at the face of this grandfather clock, and whilst looking at it, press the interactive button. So for you, depending on your console, it's going to be square or X. When you've done so, the hand will move to 12, and then on the same round, make your way over to the opposite side of the map in the director's quarters, lie on Richtofen's bed, so go completely prone on it, and whilst doing so, you want to kill that last remaining zombie. And when you kill him, then you need to stay still. Don't move, don't get off the bed. The round will then progress onto the next one, and then about 10 to 15 seconds after, the screen will fade out, your character will go to sleep, and you will wake up again, but you will now see there are footprints on the floor. What you've now got to do is follow these footprints, and they will lead you to a chest. But on your way there are going to be zombies that are sleeping, and well, you need to make sure that you don't wake them up. So go prone, go around the zombies, don't touch them. You can actually move pretty quickly as long as you're prone and not bumping into them. This is why I said earlier you need to make sure that the whole map's open, because depending on which direction the footsteps are in, they can lead you through power doors. But keep following the footsteps, going around the zombies. The trail might be different for you depending on your game, but it's eventually going to lead you to a chest. And then near to where the chest is located, you can't open it yet, there is going to be a zombie that will have the key to it. And you will know which zombie it is because the sleeping Z's that are coming from its head are going to be gold, whereas the rest on the other zombies will be white. So find the sleeping zombie that has golden Z's above it. As far as I'm aware, it will also be an armored zombie. That will always be the case. So find that zombie, you can then shoot it, pick up the key that it drops, open the chest, and you're going to get a bunch of loot. Sometimes when I did this, I noticed I got a small crate, and then other times I got a big crate. I'm not sure why this happened. Maybe it's timed, depending on how quickly you complete this. But either way, you're going to be rewarded. The next side Easter egg is a jump scare, which again, in the end, is going to reward you with some loot. So the first thing you need to do is have a weapon with a thermal scope on it. So either load into one in game, put it on your loadout, or try and get one from the mystery box. And then on round 13, this will only work on round 13 because that's the unlucky number. In the windows of the mansion, a ghost will appear, but you can only see it through your thermal scope. And what you've got to do is spot this ghost 5 times. This seems to be complete RNG. There's no order to doing this, so I would just recommend you look at all of the windows of the mansion through your thermal scope. They stand out, and you will see in one of them the heat of a ghost. Basically, look at it for a second, it's going to disappear, and then wait for about 30 seconds to a minute. It will appear in a different window where you've got to find it again, look at it for a second, it will disappear, and repeat that a total of 5 times. From what I can tell, even though the order is random, the ghost appears in 4 set windows, so the ones that you see it appear in my game, it should be in one of those for you. Something else I also noticed after doing this a couple of times is it seems like on its 5th spawn, when you're finding it for the 5th time, it always spawns in this area here. So just come to this location, and the windows around this area, this ghost should be here. If not, just double check around all of the others. And another little tip I can give you is you can actually tell which window the ghost is going to be in without the thermal scope, because you will see a kind of like red pair of eyes through that window. If you see them, use your thermal scope to look at it, it will disappear. But yeah, once you've looked at this ghost through the windows of the mansion 5 times using your thermal scope, then come into the nursery. There will be a purple mist by this desk and mirror. Press the interactive button on it, the jump scare will happen, and you can then collect your rewards. And this is also how you get another piece of intel. The next side Easter egg is the Sam laser trap, which is pretty cool. From what I've seen in the community, there does seem to be a little bit of controversy surrounding on how you do this. Some people have said you do it this way, other people have said no, you actually do it this way. So I'm not sure on the exact method, but this is how I got it to work. So come down to the Pack-a-Punch location, and to the left of it, you will notice a computer with an orange screen. Go up to it, press the interactive button on it, and it will then switch from saying main menu to system booting. When it says this, you then want to go to one of the 3 computers that is going to be located in the upstairs of the mansion and interact with that as well. So as you can see here, I interact with the one in the Sam room near the Pack-a-Punch. When it says system booting, I then make my way to one of the 3 computers, so you can go to any in any order, but I'm going to go to the one in the study. It will say main menu on it, interact with it. It will then also switch to saying system rebooting. You then want to progress onto the next round, so I would recommend you do this at the end of a round, leaving 1 zombie. But when the round switches, a few seconds later, 2 things will happen. Either this computer will say cleaning, which means you failed, or you will get an error, and that error is what you're looking for. So this computer wasn't the right one for me, and if that's the case for you, you then got to start again. So make your way back to the one in the SAM room, interact with it will say system booting, go to a different computer in the mansion, another one is located here in the west hallways, it will say main menu, interact with it will then say system booting, progress onto the next round, and you will either get an error or cleaning. Again, for me, this one was a failure, it said cleaning, so once again, I'm going to go back to the one in the Pack-a-Punch room, interact with it so it says system booting, and then making my way to the final computer in the mansion, which is located in the overlook just above Juggernog, interact with it will say system booting, move on to the next round. This had to be the right one for me because it's the last one, so I then get the error. When you get this, the desktop, which is going to be located around this computer, is going to open up, so pretty much just spam the interactive button on it, and a floppy disk is going to come out. You want to pick up that floppy disk. You'll know when you've picked it up because your character will say a quote. You then want to take it back to the computer in the Pack-a-Punch, place it in, interact with it, you will get another character quote if you've done it right, progress on to the next round. I actually had to interact with the computer again, so I just killed a few more zombies, but eventually after the computer system boots again and cleans itself, it will say SAM infected, and from there you can use the trap. If you're having a little bit of trouble with this section, and for some reason you're not getting the SAM infected on this computer, just make your way back upstairs to the one you got the floppy disk from and try and interact with that one again, and spam the interactive button on this, and you should get this notice, and from then the trap is active, and honestly it's pretty good. It's a little bit tedious to do, but I think it's worth it. For the next Easter egg, you can get yourself a legendary and Pack-a-Punched free weapon. But it's not as good as it sounds because this weapon has to be the Marine SP. So if you don't use that shotgun in zombies, then I would say this is probably not worth you doing. But if you do, well, it's a free legendary and Pack-a-Punch weapon, so why not? So of course the first thing you need to do is get that shotgun yourself. You can load into it in game or you can buy it from the courtyard. It's there as a wall weapon. You then want to get it up to blue rarity yourself using your own salvage, and once you've got it up to this level, you then need to buy the perk Death Perception, then go into the banquet hall, and right here you will see you can place it on the wall below these 3 deer heads. And once you put it on the wall, the deer's eyes are then going to glow up a certain colour, and that colour is going to represent one of your field upgrades. So whatever colour eyes the deer has, you need to make sure you have that field upgrade equipped. Obviously if you get a colour like blue, that could either be Tesla Storm or Aether Shroud, so if you actually shoot the deer when its eyes are glowing up, the symbol of whatever field upgrade you need will appear. And of course you can change your field upgrade mid-match. So as you can see, the field upgrade I needed was Dark Flare, and what you've got to do is activate the field upgrade near the deers and get kills with it. Now of course some field upgrades are lethals, others are defensive, so some of them you can get kills with, like the Tesla Storm, but other field upgrades such as Aether Shroud are defensive. If you have a defensive field upgrade, you've just got to get kills whilst it's active using the weapon in your hand. If you have an offensive one, then you've got to get kills with that field upgrade. And also, whilst you're doing this, your field upgrade's powers are going to charge super fast, so as soon as they run out, just get a few kills with your normal weapon, and it will charge up 10 times quicker than it usually would, so you can keep spamming your field upgrade, getting kills with it. You will know you're doing it right because all 3 of the deer's eyes should light up, and then when that's happened, a special enemy is going to spawn in. It could be a Manglet, it could be a Doppelganger. You just need to kill it. Its soul will then transfer into the Marine SP and it will be upgraded to purple rarity, and from then you can repeat this to upgrade it to a legendary, and then once you've got legendary you can do it again to upgrade it to a Pack-a-Punch tier 1, and each time the field upgrade you need to use is going to be different. So once I've got purple rarity, I'm going to place the weapon back on the wall. The deer's eyes are going to tell me to use a different field upgrade. This time it's Tesla Storm. I'm going to get kills with it, and then when I've got enough and all 3 deer's eyes are lit up, 1 or 2 special enemies will spawn in, kill them, and the weapon is going to be upgraded again, this time getting legendary, and you can repeat it once more to get a Pack-a-Punch tier 1. Like I said, you can only do this with the Marine SP, so it's not that good, but if that is your go-to weapon, then hey, I guess it's good for you. The next side Easter egg is going to allow you to get a free buddy, basically a brain-rotted enemy who is going to stay with you for quite a while to help you get kills, and he's called Donut. You've just got to find a few pieces of the bunny, Mr. Peaks, located around the map. You can collect them in any order, but the first part is located in the conservatory, just here behind this wall opposite Quick Revive. Press the interactive button on it, and he's going to disappear with a purple mist. The next piece of him is located in the spawn area in the garden pond, just by the bridge in between this tree. You will find a piece of him there. The next one is in Shem's Hen, just as you're entering, on this wall right here. It's quite difficult to see, but just spam the interactive button. The next one is in the mansion, in the bottlery, so just come down here, look on this wine rack, and you will find the piece of him there. And then another piece of him is just down opposite, double tap on the rear patio within this bucket, and then the final piece of him is in the library, behind this painting right here. Press the interactive button, and you will pick him up. When you've got all of the pieces, go into the motor courtyard on this wall right here, on these sandbags, you will see all of the pieces of him you've collected. Hold the interactive button to repair him, and upon doing so, he will throw himself into the dog cage, and a vermin that is now your friend is going to spawn. And what's good about this is after Donut the vermin gets a few kills, he will then transform into a parasite, but he doesn't stop there. After he gets a few more kills in this stage, he will then transform into a Doppelgast. Unfortunately, it doesn't last forever, I would say a minute or two, so if you're on a difficult part of the Easter egg or you're on a high round, this might be worth doing. The next side Easter egg I'm going to show you is also going to be super helpful for the one after, which is part of the reason why I want to show you this one, but it's how to build the Ray Gun Mark II, because you will need it to get the Wonder Waffle for free, which I'm going to show you after, so this may well be helpful to you. Anyway, first, get to round 10, and then make your way into the basement where Sam is, and in this room, a zombie will spawn that's going to drop a keycard. This zombie is going to be called the Lab Technician. You're probably not going to notice it, but if you're just training in the mainframe area, kill all of these zombies here, and then one of them is going to drop a golden keycard. Once you've picked it up, make your way over to the east foyer, where you'll find a computer in this corner, interact with it, and this fax machine is going to start to print a piece of paper. It's going to take about 30 seconds, but when it's finished printing out, hold square or X on it, and it will give you a word. Now, as you can see on mine, the word highlighted in big capital letters is Yeti. For you, this word may be something different. For example, you can get worm, but whatever 4-letter word you get highlighted in capitals, you need to remember it and then make your way over to the nursery where you will find this blackboard. And what you've got to do is match those 4 letters to this blackboard to get a code. It's actually really simple, so let me just show you mine, for example. My word was Yeti, so the first letter would be Y. You search for which section that letter is in, which for me is the top left, and then you count how many letters are in this section, which is 5, so that is the first number to my code, 5. The second letter of Yeti is of course E. E is located in this top right section, which has 7 letters, so 7 is my next code. T is in the bottom middle section, which has 8 letters, so 8 is the third number in my code, and then I, we go back to the top left, which has 5 letters, so my code is 5, 7, 8, 5. Again, whatever word you got from the fax machine, you search for each letter of that word, and then depending on how many letters is in the section that it's in, equates to its number. Once you've got that, then make your way down to the service tunnel where you will see this Doppelgast. Enter the code on the keypad, it will open, a bunch of toxic zombies will then come out. You need to kill the Doppelgast, and it will drop a severed arm. You then want to take this severed arm to the armory, so if you don't know where that is, just make your way all the way down to the end of the tunnel. In the supply depot, you will see this door on your right, enter it, and then in front of you, you will see the Mark II hanging up. Just place the severed arm on this fingerprinter right here, and that's how you get the OG version of the Mark II for free. The next side Easter egg is a free Wonder Waffle. You are going to need to do a few things before you can start this though. First, you will need the Ray Gun Mark II, and you will also need to complete part of the main quest. You need to upgrade it, so get any one of the 3 rarities and complete the ritual in its liminal space. Personally, I would do the one for the Ray Gun Mark II W, just because I think it's the best. It's not the easiest, but it's not difficult either. If you don't know how to upgrade it, I do have a guide. I will link it down in the description. And then once you've done that, progress through a little bit of the Easter egg where you enter its liminal space and do the sacrifice for the Sentinel artifact, and that's when you can begin it. Basically, the first time Richtofen speaks to you in-game as a part of the main quest.
Hello. Not sure if you can hear me, but I know Sam can't listen in. You don't trust me, fine, but you cannot trust her. Repeat, do not believe a word she says.
Is when you can start this. So once you have reached this stage, go into the nursery where under this bed you will see a pile of clothes with a purple mist coming from it. Shoot it. I use the Ray Gun Mark II. I'm pretty sure you can use any weapon. That mist will then float up and disappear to somewhere else. Then come over to the east balcony near Elemental Pop. You will see a book on this chair that has that purple mist coming from it. Shoot it. It will lift up, and then a bunch of debris, a bunch of objects will start to float around that book in the purple mist. And what you've got to do is destroy and shoot all of the objects surrounding that book. Now, I would recommend you have an explosive weapon for this just because it's easier. The objects are quite small, so if you're using something like an SMG, it might be more difficult to shoot them and be on target, but you can do it with any weapon. Just spam shoot inside of the mist, shooting all of the objects in it, and when you've done it successfully, it will move on to a different location. You can then find it in the spawn in the garden pond. Come to the back area on this wall. You will see it there. Shoot it, it will lift up, and repeat the same thing again. Loads of objects are going to spawn within that mist. Just spam shoot inside of it. It will move about. Just keep shooting it, and when you've done it successfully, it will move to its third and final location, which is in the Grand Foyer. You will find it lying here next to Juggernog on this table. It's going to be a picture frame. Shoot it, it will lift into the air. Destroy everything in and around this mist. And when you've done that, now make your way to the elevator going down to Sam. And when you reach the bottom, if you look up, you will see that purple mist floating just above you. You then got to shoot it. I shot it with the ray gun, but again, I'm pretty sure you can use any weapon. If not, just use the ray gun Mark II. Keep shooting it. It will float around the elevator, but it will eventually drop you the Wunderwaffe. And that's how you get it for free. Of course, you can just get it from the mystery box. It might be a little bit easier, especially if you've got the Gobblegum. But if you desperately need it and you can't get it any other way, then that's how to get it for free. The next sad Easter egg is the musical one. Always fun. These 3 parts can be found in any order. One is located in the conservatory on this box right here. Go up to it, press the interactive button. You will hear music coming from it to give you an idea of where it's located if you are struggling, but just press the interactive button on it and it will make a sound. The next piece is located here on this shelf in the banquet hall, just behind the elevator. So press the interactive button on that. And then the third and final piece is in the service tunnels, just by this dead body or the T3 armor. Press the interactive button, and when you've done so, the song will begin to play.
Comes too soon again. Days run together.
And then the final side Easter egg, or Easter eggs I should say, are all of the free power-ups within the map. I say all, actually that's a lie. The one we haven't found yet is free armor, so when we do so I will write how you can do that in the description or the comments, but this is how you get all of the other free power-ups that we have found. The first one is in the service tunnel. Just stand on this box, and then on top of that, I don't know what that is, that building opposite, there will be a mini golden nuke. It's difficult to see. If you have an explosive weapon, it's really easy just shoot in this location, but about where I'm shooting, there is a mini golden nuke. Shoot it, and upon doing so, an actual nuke power-up is going to spawn, so that's how you get that for free. The next one is quite difficult, to be fair, a free insta-kill. The way I got it is as I'm going down the elevator, you can see it just here, shoot it, and you're going to get the free insta-kill. You can also just look at this area from the bottom of the elevator, just stand at the bottom, and then located around about here is a mini golden insta-kill. Just shoot it, and you're going to get the free power-up. The next one is a bonus points. Go into the sphere, in this crack here, there is going to be a mini golden one. Shoot it, and you will get the real one. The next free power-up is double points. Come over to the west balcony, look out over towards that log right there where my marker is. Shoot the mini golden double points that is going to be over there, and you will get the real one. We then also have full power. Go into the study, go prone here where this opening is, look inside. This one's easy to see, a mini golden full power. Shoot it, and you'll get a free one. And then the final one, I would say, is the most difficult. Near to this statue on the lower terrace near the spawn, there is a golden max ammo. If you just shoot in this location, it's going to be much easier if you have a scoped weapon. I believe it's located on this pillar here, but look where I am, shoot that location, and you will get a free max ammo. Like I said, there is still one missing, but when that is found, I will leave a pinned comment or something in the description. So anyway, there we go. So far, those are all of the sad Easter eggs within Shattered Vale. I'm guessing there are more, but that's quite a few for now. So there we go. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If this helped you out, drop a like rating, make sure you are subscribed, and we'll see you in the next one. Until then, goodbye.